Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahma Bulan Widiati with student ID 23, 70, and 31 from PGRI Jombang University. Today, I will discuss how teacher talks influence the interaction of kindergarten students in the learning environment. There are 5 structures in the poster: introduction, methods, results, conclusion, and reference. Interaction is a fundamental part of the second language acquisition process, especially for young children who are in the early stage of social and cognitive development. In the classroom, particularly in kindergarten, the teacher's role is not limited to delivering material, but also creating an atmosphere that supports active student engagement. One important aspect that influences the quality of classroom interaction is teacher talk, namely the way teachers speak and communicate with students during learning. Teacher talk is not only a tool for delivering material, but rather a medium that opens or closes opportunities for children to participate. Teachers can unconsciously use word choice, intonation, and expression that influence student comfort and participation. For example, teachers' responses to children's emotions, praise, and how they accept and utilize students' ideas all create a dialogue and child-friendly learning environment. However, many teachers are still not fully aware of the impact of their classroom speech. Therefore, this study aims to further examine the function of language in teacher talk and how it influences student interaction in the classroom. This research focuses on the environment of Raudatul Atfal Muslimat Arif Rahman Jombang and aims to contribute to increasing teacher awareness of the importance of spoken language in shaping children's social, emotions, and linguistic learning experience. This research used a qualitative approach with a case study design. The goal was to describe and understand the phenomenon of teacher talk in depth in the context of early childhood learning. The research took place at R.A. Muslimat Arif Rahman Jombang, an early childhood education institution in Jombang Regency, East Java. The participants in this study were 2 teachers and 28 kindergarten students. Each class consisted of 2 accompanying teachers, so the data obtained reflected the dynamic of real interaction in the daily teaching and learning process. The researcher used 3 main data collection techniques. The first is observation, where the researcher was present in the class without being directly involved. The second, interviews, with teachers to explore their understanding of teacher talk. And the third, documentation, in the form of lesson plans, video transcript, and audio recordings of classroom interaction. The data obtained were then analyzed using Miles and Huberman model, which consists of 3 stages: data reduction, data presentation, and conclusions. The analysis focused on language functions based on Brown's 2007 theory, which divides teacher talk into main categories: indirect influence, such as giving praise, acknowledging feelings, asking questions, using students' ideas, and direct influence, such as providing direction, information, correction, and criticism of student behavior. This study also utilized a transcription approach to identify keywords in teacher-student interaction to determine the dominant language function used and their impact on children's responses during learning activities. Based on the data analysis, it was found that teacher talk has a significant influence on children's interaction patterns in the classroom. The research divided the result into two main categories: indirect influence and direct influence. Within the direct influence categories, the subcategory of asking question was the most dominant from use by teachers, with a total of 35 findings, or 30.9% of the total data. Questions such as "Who is still fasting today?" were shown to encourage students to respond actively and enthusiastically. Other subcategories of indirect influence include dealing with feelings, 9.7%, praising or encouraging, 7.9%, and using students' ideas, 8.8%. Teachers frequently praise students with phrases such as "great" or "good job," which builds self-confidence. Teachers also welcome students' ideas, even if they were simple, to demonstrate that every voice was valued. In the direct influence category, giving information was found to be the most influential, 13.2%, followed by giving directions, 11.5%, and code switch, 7.9%. Teachers use two to three languages, such as Indonesian, Arabic, and English, to aid comprehension. Meanwhile, jokes were not found at all in teachers' interactions, and corrections without rejections were only a rare occurrence, 4.4%. This result indicates that teachers prefer a supportive and indirect approach to fostering positive interactions with students. The result of this study revealed that the most effective form of teacher talk for fostering active interaction in early childhood classroom is indirect and supportive. When teachers ask questions, respond to feelings, or praise children, students tend to feel more comfortable, confident, and motivated to speak. This demonstrates that teachers' verbal interactions are not only instructional but also deeply emotional and social. For example, when teachers acknowledge a child's ideas, even a simple one like naming a celestial object, the sun, and then the respond with affirmation such as, "Yes, that's right, the sun." This creates a sense of self-worth in the child. The child feels that their voice is important and worthy of being heard. This encourages them to continue engaging in the classroom conversations. Furthermore, the use of code switching between Indonesian, English, and Arabic has also been shown to help children better grasp concepts. Teachers who say "matahari adalah sun, bintang adalah star" help students connect their native language with the foreign language through a familiar context. Interestingly, humor or jokes are absent from children interaction. This may indicate that kindergarten teachers focus more on the seriousness of learning than on the entertainment. Although humor can actually be a potent interaction tool. Overall, early childhood learning is strongly influenced by the quality of teachers' verbal interactions. The more responsive and empathetic the teacher's speaking style, the more open the child's participation in learning activities. The conclusion of this study indicates that teacher talk plays a crucial role in creating positive interaction in early childhood classrooms. Indirect teacher language, such as praise, questions, and acceptance of students' ideas, has been shown to be effective in increasing children's participations and self-confidence. Meanwhile, direct language is still necessary to guide learning, but it needs to be balanced with a supportive approach. These findings underscore the importance of training kindergarten teachers in using child-friendly language, as well as the need for further research that also examines student verbal responsive comprehensively.